Hey everybody, it's your girl Nefarious, and today I'm going to walk you through how to sew the Kari Mini. The Kari Mini is literally a miniature version of the Kari slash Kari, however we're pronouncing it. It is really quick and simple. And I mean it is quick. This little baby doll comes in at about 8 by 8 and she's about 2 inches in diameter. She is fully customizable on the inside. You could add a little bit of a pocket if you so wanted to. I made her with the D-rings on the side, but you could totally put those D-rings wherever you so chose. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump right into our sew along, the Kari. Let's jump right into our sew along, the Kari Mini. All right, general tools that I am going to be using include my awl, some double-sided tape. I've got multiple sizes here. I've got 1/8, 1/4, and 1/2 inch. I've got marking tools. I've got various ones. I've got a pair of snips. I've got an X-Acto knife. I've got a turning tool. Got my lighter, just in case. A ruler. This is from Mormino. I've got my rivet guide. Got my hole punch. And I've got my clips, just in case. I kind of was like, I'm missing something here. These are my general tools that I'll be using throughout my video. All right, everybody, we are making the mini Kari, or Kari, however you would like to call it. And for that, you are going to need to have your front and back panels and your matching liners. Remember, as with all of my videos, for these sew-alongs, you want to make sure you're using your outside to cut out your linings. So you need both of those. You need 2 D-rings. You need to have your bottom gusset with its matching liner. And then you need to have 2 zipper gussets and their matching liners. You need a zipper tape cut to length, 1 zipper pull, and 2 D-rings. So this is all we need to make the mini Kari. So we're going to go ahead, jump in, and get started. The first thing we're going to do is our D-rings. On the back, you're going to draw a line right down the center and then flank that line with double-sided tape. Once you have done that, you're going to pull the edges of that you're going to pull the edges of the D-ring connector to that center, and then you're going to press down onto the double-sided tape, like so. Then you're going to clip the ends to help secure, and repeat for the other. Then you're going to want to grab your back panel and your back lining, and you're going to want to go ahead and line those up. And what you can do, and I would recommend you doing, is you find your top and bottom centers, and then you find your left and right centers. And you should do that for both the back panel and the front panel. Now you can do that before you base the lining and the back panel together, or you can do it all at the same time after you do this, but you just want to make sure that your lining panel is going the right direction. So be mindful of your artwork. That's my only caveat that I have there. I'm going to repeat that exact same thing for the front panel. Next, you're going to take your zipper tape, mark the centers on this. This can be with a marker, with a pair of snips. If you do use snips, make sure you singe that with a lighter so that the threads don't come undone later. So you have your zipper tape. Then you're going to want to use 1/8 inch double-sided tape. And you're going to line that up right along the edge of the zipper tape, just like so. And you get your tape on. Then you're going to pull one of them, you're going to pull the paper off the backing. Then you're going to grab your exterior zipper gusset, just one of them. Make sure you have found the center on that. And then you are going to put it face down, right side up on the zipper. So like so, face down on the zipper. You're going to match those lines, the edges up. Press that down. Repeat for this other side. Flip it over. Pull that backing off on this side, maybe. And you're going to grab your corresponding zipper lining. Make sure you found its center. And then you are going to match its center up with the center that you made, pressing it down, matching up its sides. Just like so. And now that's ready to go to the machine. So what are we taking to the machine? You are taking your half prepped zipper tape, you're taking your back panel, your front panel, and you are taking 2 D-ring connectors. So let's go on and head over there. So I'm going to start with the zipper tape. I'm going to start with the, start with the zipper tape. Backstitch really well at the beginning and the end, sewing at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Trim your threads. Then you're going to pull your gusset exterior back. You're going to fold your lining back. Then you are going to top stitch You'll top stitch this down, making sure that that exterior and that lining is matched up. It'll make your life so much easier. Before you come off of it, you're going to pivot and you're going to baste the rest of this down. So we can set this to the side and come back and finish it in a little bit. The D-rings, I'm sewing these at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Back stitching really good, beginning and the end. Trim your threads. You can now set these to the side. Grab your front panel, and then we are going to baste this together at 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Then you're going to repeat for the back panel. That one too. Then we can go back to the table. So we're back at the table. I've got my zipper gusset right here in front of me. So you're going to grab your other zipper gusset. Make sure you have your centers because Nefarious does not. Because Nefarious sucks today. You're going to pull the paper backing off the top here. Take your exterior gusset. You're going to line it up with your center. And then press the edges along to match. Okay. Flip it over. Pull the backing off. Repeat for your lining. So this can now be set to the side. Grab your D-rings, thread a D-ring on, clip to hold, thread your D-ring on, matching up my ends, clip to hold. That can go to the side. So before we can finish this up, I need to go back to the machine and take care of this. So let's do that. Ouch, fucker. Alright, just like we did before, I'm going to backstitch really good. It's at a seam allowance of 1/4 inch. fold your zipper gusset over, fold the lining over, make sure they're matching. This is so that you can do your top stitch. Trim your threads. Next thing you're going to want to do is add your zipper. And send your zipper tape ends. Grab your gusset and your gusset lining and your 2 D-rings. And what you're going to do is you're going to center your D-ring over your zipper tape and you're going to pull it over 1/2 inch. And then you are going to clip in place. Repeat for the other side. Center it, overhang 1/2 inch. Granted, I am eyeballing this, so you eyeball 1/2 inch. Your 1/2 inch might be different than my 1/2 inch. Clip in place. Now you can absolutely baste these on. I'm not going to do that. Then you're going to take your bottom gusset and you are going to right sides together, clip those in place. Then I'm going to take my lining, put it right sides together. Now I'm going to sew across this at 1/4 inch, back stitching really good at the beginning and the end, and I'm going to back stitch really well going over the D-rings. I'm going to repeat that for both the sides. Now you're going to flip this right sides out and you're going to press fold your seams together. You're going to clip those together. What we're going to do now is we're going to baste the lining and the exterior all together. Now you have the choice at this point. You can continue as is and go ahead and attach your panels, or if you like this aesthetic, you can do this as well. You can sew the stitching across the D-ring if you like that aesthetic. You would do that at 1/8 of an inch. When you hit this point, you're going to line your seams up. You're going to press those together like so. And then what I like to do is I like to clip in place. It helps me make sure that all of my stuff is even. And I'm going to find the centers on the bottom, both sides. I'm going to find the centers at the top, both sides. All right. Then I'm going to take those off. And then I'm going to take the center marks that I just made, and I'm going to line those up. Like so. And then I'm going to find the centers of my sides, which very, very rarely ever fall directly on the seams. Alright, once you do that, you can now attach your panel. It really doesn't matter which panel you grab because you're going to attach both of them the same exact way. You're going to turn your circle gusset all the way inside out so that the lining is facing out. Grab one of your panels, and then you are going to line up those centers that you found on your panel, and you're going to match them up with all 4 of your cardinal points that you found on your gusset. After you do that, this should just like roll into place, honestly. The secret here is that you want to keep folding this back and stretching that main lining out. You want that lining, the front here, you want that to be flat, and that's what's going to eat up all that lining. So you won't have any, you should not have any hangover. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to sew it at 1/8 of an inch going all the way around. Once you get this on, you're going to clean your bag up and then you are going to bind it. I am using this binding tape. Love it. Recommend it. I'm just going to put this on, clipping in place. Then you're going to sew around at a 1/4 inch seam allowance, back stitching really well at the beginning and the end. Now you repeat this for the other side. Alright, if you all have been following for a while, you know what I'm about to say. This bag is made with vinyl and waterproof canvas, therefore this bag is pretty stiff. So what I recommend doing is heating it up with a blow dryer. What it does is it softens the material just for a little bit and it lets you turn this out without hurting your hands. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll come right back. So there is the Kari Mini. I hope you all have enjoyed sewing the Kari Mini with me today. It has been really a great pleasure. I'm glad you guys stuck around with it. There's going to be a modified video coming out to show you guys some really fun makes to do with this. She measures about 7.5, 8 inches all the way around, so it makes for a great little just on-the-go crossbody. I'm so excited for you guys to see the artwork that's coming out for this. I've already seen some of the sneak peeks and it is really, really cute. So I can't wait to see all of your Karis out in the wild. So make sure you are tagging K&A Custom Fabrics and of course your girl Nefarious Magic Cat. If you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe below. Always comment if you're curious about things or want to see something new. So for now, ta-ta, and I'll see you around.